I'm young stuck.
My God, help me.
Knock on wood.
Do you have a chain? Could you come pull me out? He's up in somewhere, I mean, he has a one-ton dump truck,
Yeah,
and he was stuck. And I said, well, I probably let out. I said, well, I have my tractor here, but I left my key at home. But the owner who's on his way, he has a spare. So I was like, well, gee, I'm glad you gave him a spare. I didn't want to have to drive to Bennington and get a damn key.
It was really jumping up on my road.
Oh, boy.
I'm hoping that they plow that before I have to go home.
Yeah, you gotta go up. Okay, we go ahead and get started.
Yes,
Dan, if
please.
you're-
I don't-
Let's bang it out.
I got a couple minutes.
Keep it to an hour.
Go ahead and start.
Recording in progress.
Okay, 6:58, and I will call the water board meeting to order. Is there any additions or deletions? I don't think there is there?
Nope.
Nobody's here and nobody's online for public comments, so we'll dispose of those. Report from the operator. You're on, Josh.
okay.
Give us an update.
So the grant I had applied for, we were awarded that for the amount of $53,985 for the generator replacement and heat pump project. I did talk to Brookfield again. They came down with their electrician to get more finalized quote to set that up for the spring. I did reach out to Gary's Generator Service, who said that they weren't willing to install a new one. They recommended Tyler Electric, which I'm waiting to hear back from them. It's been over a week, so I can reach out again.
I can reach out to one I know them well.
Okay.
Good
And then, so we're looking at roughly $40,000-ish with add-ons, and total installation roughly with that. And then on the heat pump side of things, Rick Coulter sent me a quote. He came down and looked at it, for $5,500 to install a heat pump, for us.
This is for the well house.
Yes, for the well house. And that's the only one I've gotten, as far as that goes.
So with the installation and everything you have in here, they recommend that heat pump would be okay?
Yep, so he came down and said that it would work fine in that building via the size.
And the electrics are okay, or is that where you have to have the electrician?
We will have to have some adjustments of things. We'll
Or
have
the
to,
heat pump aside
yes,
from the generator?
yes, we'll have to insulate it and do some other things after the generator leaves, but the generator will be the first thing to get installed. And then we'll move forward after that.
So Josh, presumably I should put, we already had something of the costs of this project in the budget, but I should put the grant award in the financing side
Yes,
and clarify the cost.
the revenue
ballpark.
side, yep,
Okay,
which I haven't done.
no, we still have time to finalize that.
So that's that. And then the two quotes from Champlin for the chlorine analyzers being remote and also the storage tank issue, those were both installed on 1/19/26. So those are both operational now.
Great.
For the,
Awesome.
till the end of the month, we are still gonna be checking 3 times a day, just with the temperature the way it is. But everything seems to be functioning at the moment. So they had a big job that got canceled, so we got moved up to the top of the list there.
You have an app on your phone and.
Yes, yep. I had one before with the storage tank, but they just added the well house now. So I'm able to get all that data. And then I did send Matt and Karen the updated version of the budget with corrections, that the water board requested, on 1/6/2026. So they can either, I don't know if they have shared that with you or haven't, but I did input all the corrections, that you guys wanted to see, so they
So the
can.
second email is the updated.
That's the
stuff,
updates?
right?
No, that's the unknown. So this is not the updated. This was the one we previously looked at.
Okay.
Just the update.
Nope.
What about the lead line thing? Is there any,
Lead line thing, the water board had requested that I reach out to multiple, basically engineer firms for different quotes, which I have not done yet.
Did we get a grant on that?
We have to put in for that. It's
Oh,
not a grant, it's a
It's a
loan.
reimburse, oh, it's a forgivable.
Part of it's
loan.
gonna get just forgiven
Okay.
off the top and the other portion's a loan.
Okay,
Yes.
I forgot, thank you.
But I haven't reached out to various engineering firms for, different quotes yet.
Do you have a copy of it?
Yeah, I do.
Just so that.
Yep, pass it around if you want. And the below one's the last draft I had with the notations for what the board wanted to see updated, yeah. Basically, off the top of my head, we increased the vehicle a little bit to account for the undercoating, increased,
1500.
yes, increased the backup operator a lot, to account for some additional services.
So what's the final? How much did it go up to?
It didn't go up any,
Didn't?
so I balanced it out. So what you have is gonna be a balanced out sheet with your add-ons.
Okay, so we had a, I was at this final 77.
Yep,
We had a negative here,
that's,
that's for 25.
yeah, that's with the not, because we haven't been putting back in the payment back into the revenue, so that's why it shows that. Because
You don't have the total 2025.
we haven't been putting in, as you'll see here, for the budgeted, this amount right here
Mhm.
has not been put back over here.
Okay,
So that's why there's a large negative number associated with that.
okay, so once that goes in there, you're welcome to.
I have to work on that,
Okay.
that budget with Christian in terms of, how we're representing that.
We didn't talk about the minutes. We have anybody have comments on that?
Yeah, which one?
I'm sorry, I didn't put that on the agenda, but I gave
That's all
them,
right.
I gave them to you guys.
I
gave
blew
Janet
right
about
by
it.
it.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions. about the minutes.
I don't either. I'd make a motion to approve the previous water board meeting minutes as presented. I'd rather-
October 27th.
October 27th.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Matt and seconded by Karen to approve the minutes of October, what's the date?
27th.
27th.
2025. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So any other questions on the budget that you have? or good?
I'm just waiting on an official employee review.
We'll get to that this week. I apologize. I was
No,
in
no.
the pocket last week,
Not a
so
big deal.
sorry about that.
So we get to it.
It's been a crazy.
And I'll try to close up the loose ends with Christian, so that we can have a.
It wasn't a permanent oversight. It was,
Sure.
I had a lot of corporate people.
Yep.
Dan and I got caught up in the produce department at Shaw's.
We caught up.
Perfect.
We caught up.
Perfect.
Yes, yes, we
That was-
both did.
that
We
was
got
literally
caught up
hilarious.
and caught up.
Caught up and caught in.
That's really all I have for big updates. Other than that.
Okay. Next on the agenda, we really appreciate the work on the budget.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is the review of the HCs.
Yes, so this week I will be sending 13 accounts to Allied. I spoke with them. I have most of the information uploaded to the Excel, which is their onboarding, which then I'll just forward and then kind of work with them to fill in the blanks if need be. And then for account 031, which we've talked about in the past, the bank now owns that. I've been in conversation with the broker and she said the bank will pay all past due amounts once the house is closed on.
Wow.
We should make sure that we're lean. though.
It is lean.
Perfect.
So they know that, and the bank does own it, and so that's not gonna get sent to Allied, obviously.
Yeah.
But other accounts, some of that's estates, some of that's people failing to pay payment plans and just not being in good standing with the water department.
But the 031 is a chunk.
So that will be a huge chunk to get back, for sure.
So. 002, that's not the one that got sold.
So the big,
031 is at the bottom of the.
the bottom of the first page. 7705.
No, I was just questioning 002 up toward the top, but that's not the
Oh, that
property I
one's-
was thinking about.
Good luck with
That
that.
was the next door.
That one's headed to Allied.
That one should head to Allied. Good
Yes.
luck. That will probably have to go to legal. What about the over 60s?
Over 60s. So the last time we talked, I've been basically keeping an eye on over 120. So if somebody
Yeah.
comes on my radar that's new, I send them a payment plan, notice, 30-day notice to get back to us, with information. And I've been kind of doing it that way, printing a sheet off every month. Now, I can do sooner if that's
Well,
was
I just-
directed, but
I just wonder, and this is, I'm throwing this out to the whole board here, but on over 60s, I mean, do we want to send over 60s to collections just so that these people don't get into the move to the 90 category and they get
I mean,
pink slip reminder? Because-
Were you talking about this $60?
Over
Over
60
60 days.
Oh, I'm sorry.
17,822. And, you know, the other thing is the balance isn't that high, so
Right,
at
so
the
payment
20%, the payment's a lot
would
less for our commission.
Work a lot easier for them.
Absolutely.
Especially this time of year.
Absolutely. So that's my question is, do we want to say if you're 60 days past due, we send so that they can
Just
work
reminder
with
those,
the
yeah.
agents and based on the commission, that's a smaller or contingency fee with Allied, it's a smaller balance, so the contingency is a lot less
sure.
with what you end up paying.
So do we put that through them or do we have Josh send the over 60s a notice?
He's got a lot of other work to do. Why don't
Well,
we use them to do that work?
Okay,
This is why I don't think we should do that. So based off of me printing this off every month, right? So I had 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, we don't have much for over 90s.
I had 6 new people hit on the 120, over 120, after I've been keeping it up to date.
Okay.
So I don't really foresee the need to send those out. If every month I have to send 5 letters and talk to 5, 6 people,
Yeah,
what's the need for that?
there's a lot of 155s, which means they're only one.
They're only one quarter behind. I understand that. I'm just trying to be very proactive to
Yeah.
recover that. But to your point, Josh, the over 90s is under $500.
Also, some of those people probably have payment plans that they may or may not be keeping up with. I wonder if it would make sense.
Are you talking about the over one?
Yeah, or any of them, you know, even the 60s, the
Okay,
60-day overdue. But Josh, wouldn't it make sense to send the current batch that you've got ready to go to Allied and see how that works? And then if it turns out that people are still lagging behind and not keeping up with their payment plans, then we send more. I mean, we haven't even gone through the process yet. I don't think it makes sense to
Well, it's a
send.
standard process that everybody in the world uses. It's not like where it's really unknown. So, I mean, if I appreciate looking at the over 90s is so low, and I think where we're at on the over 90s looks like it's, you know, just a carryover because of when the check went and, you know, it's probably
Right.
interest or whatever. So, you know, it's probably not worth sending the over 90s there. But I would say if there's a bigger balance than $100 in over 90 going forward, that should go to collections. You know, if any one individual account is over $100, 90 days at the 90-day aging mark, they should go to collections.
that's 3 months.
$100.
That's 3 months,
Absolutely.
$100 or more. So that avoids I sent my check in to pay it and the interest hit and I have a $2.33 balance on the over 90 because I know that that's basic math is where that was calculated from if I look at one of these accounts. So that's not worth doing anything about in the short term. That'll get caught up eventually with their next billing likely. But if there is $100 or more balance, 90 days plus, it should go to collections. And that's
Are you
simply,
saying $100 over the standard 155 we send? Because if you're just saying 100, then anybody would qualify because the minimum base rate we charge is a 155 per quarter.
If they have a balance of over $100 and they hit the 90-day mark, then they get sent to collect.
So that would be basically anybody.
no, you don't
No,
have anybody
because you
that's
don't
got
have
$100
anybody
on
in the
over
90.
90.
You don't have anybody over, these are all under the 60.
I got what you're looking at.
36
So
is
You're
your
gonna run an
highest.
So in
agent
the
report
90s,
and you're gonna
You
say
don't
if
have
it's,
anybody over that.
Alright, I got you.
When we're 3 months
Yeah.
in
Sure.
at 90 days, then let them know,
it should be
send it in that
really
way.
easy.
Because you don't have anybody there.
Just go
20 bucks
into
Is
the
this your
accounting
printed
system.
one, is this before
This
or
is
after
the
the
one.
billing?
Before fourth
Run a
quarter.
report,
Okay.
dump it, all you need to do is go
You
into
have
the, into the.
Well,
aging.
this is just from, this is also before, but this is.
Okay.
106.
Yeah, so we're at 122. So.
Yep.
If you go into your accounting system.
Sure.
You should be able to set a parameter.
I get what you're saying now.
That says
Yeah.
if you're $100 or more over 90 days, spit out all of the pertinent information in a CSV file, and then you can dump that into the Excel spreadsheet and send it out. You got 10 minutes worth of work.
So we want to do that instead of sending mailers to people and doing it in.
I would just send it, it's a lot of work in-house. And we have a service that will take care of that and obtain the payment and send it back to us, and their contingency is equal to that of our labor rate.
Yeah, because the 90, it's a very small number.
Yep.
And the other advantage to that I can see is this payment, this 155 that we're seeing everywhere is from the previous quarter. So it's like giving them a notice just prior to their 120.
Yep.
And the other thing is that when they get a mailer from somebody else and not us, it sends a clear message that
Sure.
we're not fooling around. And if they choose to ignore it, they choose to ignore it, but typically at the 90-day mark, you're gonna get your payments. You have a much higher percentage success rate.
I don't think that's a bad idea if you understand. what you're
Yep,
saying.
I understand you now.
Yep.
On
And
the
the
same
other
page.
question I have is, all of the ones that are in the one, or well, in the total,
Mm-hmm.
to say, 120, any ones that are over 1,000, I'm assuming other than the states, they have payment plans.
Yep, there's currently 15 people that are in good standing on payment plans.
Okay.
Out of how many
As long as
payment plans that you set up?
Oh, I would have to look back. There's a handful that have not followed through that's gonna be going to Allied.
Okay.
So, which I was assuming that was gonna
Yeah.
happen, at least a portion of them.
We
A
kind of
percentage
hoped
is
that we
always-
talked about
Yeah.
that would be the case.
They're never gonna have 100%.
No,
But we gave them a
No
chance.
accounts.
We gave them a
receivable.
chance.
We gave them a chance, they just.
031, if that's bank owned and it is lien, which we just need to make sure that we maintain that lien.
yes, it
On
is.
that,
Yep.
because it's every 3 months, 6 months.
Six, I think.
6, I
I'm
think.
not sure how it is for water.
I think it's at
Yeah.
least a couple months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
double check
Yeah.
with the clerk.
Yes,
just
I
to
know we
make
just
sure.
re-upped it. with
Okay.
The exact amount, and then the broker also knows and the bank also knows. I sent them
Yeah.
the final meter reading, but that'll get updated whenever it sells. It
Yeah.
sounded like they were just gonna pay, and I think now they're just gonna wait till it sells.
Yeah, they will wait until it closed, but it'll have to be cleared before
Yes.
closing in order to have a clean title,
Correct.
which is the only way. So, I mean, in theory, that should closed within the next 12 months.
Yep.
Because the bank doesn't want to sit on
The
it
bank's
forever.
gonna sell it for whatever they can get,
Yep,
and it'll usually be law,
yeah.
because they don't want it in there.
They don't- it's not like it's a $7 million property,
No.
so they're gonna move that off their balance sheet as quick as
Yeah.
possible.
So that'll be nice to get that off.
Yes.
Our balance. That's a big chunk.
Yeah, that's good, good work there.
So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that.
Okay, any questions? Budget plan for 2026.
We kind of did that already,
We did
I
that
think,
already.
you know, in the process of doing the project.
All right, any other stuff you want to cover?
I don't think so. No, I think that's it. And then the shovel hydrants after tomorrow probably. And,
I would think.
get those all unburied.
Till Sunday. Till Sunday.
Yeah.
Scouts to do that?
I wouldn't complain.
For a service project?
They gotta do it for the school, for their.
Plenty of kids in high school need community service.
I gave them my
Service.
last-
Boys Center department, see Boy Scouts.
Eric is.
Although
Eric.
the only downside to that is health.
That's
Yeah,
why I
for the
said,
next
do you
2
want to
weeks.
get the kids to do it, the Boy Scouts, they can bundle up and do it.
Sure.
I don't know, it might be worth asking to see if they could do that as a service project.
Reach out to Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could reach out to Eric too. I need to talk to Eric anyways. I'll call Eric tomorrow. I'm just thinking like they need service project stuff. I remember doing crap like that when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Builds character. I mean, I know you have to do it, but it's like,
Yeah.
is there other ways that we can engage the community to help and be engaged on that? I know at the lake, they always ask for the resident to shovel the hydrant.
Yeah.
So,
And some people do in town,
yeah,
Yeah.
but the majority of them I've been trying to keep up with.
yeah. Like my dad can't shovel the hydrant, so I paid somebody to go shovel the hydrant.
Sure.
All right, if there's
Good,
no
Josh.
other
Looks
business,
good, yeah.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Glenn and seconded by Jamie to adjourn. We are adjourned.
Moving
Thank you.
forward.
Josh.
Happily painless for everybody.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Bruins, the Clan Rangers.
It's not a great year this year.
All right. We get the other page here.
Yeah, it should be just the second page.
Yep, I got it. I appreciate that. Separated like that.
We're getting stuff.
You can stay.
Every single day.
It is 7:20, and I'll call the regular select board meeting to order. Any additions or deletions? I don't believe there are.
The only thing that I would say is, I did not get the MERP project request for proposals. Final draft, I have a draft of it, but I didn't get the final draft ready for the board to consider because I was working on the budget stuff and I just
That's
couldn't
fine.
switch. So we could delete that or skip it, whatever you want.
We could
We could just table
postpone
it.
that,
Yeah,
table it to the next meeting.
yeah.
We don't even have to take it off. the-
I don't think we're losing that much by waiting another 2 weeks.
So the next item on the agenda is the minutes of the meeting of, bear with me, January 5th. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
A second. With the changes.
So moved.
Someone, Jamie. made a
I was like,
motion.
was confused. Did
Second.
somebody make
Not gonna have
I said
Yeah.
second, but I don't. think
I
it
didn't
actually came
hear
out.
him say it, so I thought, seconded before it was made. Anyway, so, Jamie made the motion to approve the minutes and Kevin seconded it. All those in favor signify by saying
Aye.
aye.
And just since we're on this, I just realized I hadn't done the minutes from the 21st, because I'm so used to Janet doing the minutes. So I will have those for the next
do it for
meeting.
the
Next meeting. And again, there's nobody on the call and nobody in the room for public comments. So we'll dispose of those. dispense with those. Arlington Highway updates.
I haven't heard anything in particular about Mark. I wanted to contact him today and ask him about our salt supply, but I also just didn't want to bother him because I didn't either
They've
be
been out for
plowing
a
or
lot
he's
of
sleeping,
hours.
so I just figured, I don't know if he knows anything about it, but the main thing that I wanted to mention, and we may not be able to solve that today, is there's an issue with the little parking lot at the intersection of Old Mill Road and Ice Pond Road, right below the grist mill,
Mhm.
Josh Sherman's properties. Because tenants in some of the neighboring apartment buildings have been parking there overnight and the town guys can't plow it. And then it gets all ridged up and everything, and then the public can't really park there. So there's kind of an issue there, and I don't know what the solution is. I don't know that we want to say no parking overnight.
Is there, I was just gonna ask if there was a sign that
No,
said
there-
no
no, there
overnight
isn't.
parking.
No, there isn't.
There probably should be, at least for
And-
the winter.
And that's what I'm thinking, but I didn't know if, and I mentioned this to Mark and he said, yeah, they can't get in and plow and the other, like the post office and the other businesses, it's a convenience for people to be able to park there during the day and for us to be able to clear it. So, I think it would make sense to say, I mean, we're not responsible for providing overnight parking for tenants. The landlords are responsible for providing that. I'm not sure they all have it.
Yeah.
So
I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
there's any apartments being rented in the post office building or not,
I don't know, and there's
because
also,
they always parked across the street because there was no parking out back.
Right,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where these people are from, but I know that, the person I talked to said that it's tenants of the apartments parking it overnight.
I would assume that's the ones.
I mean, and we can come back to this, or I can ask Mark to get a sign. I don't think we'll be able to put it up, the ground's so frozen, but, maybe there's another pole or something we can put it on, but it's up to the
more
board.
of a
We
light
can,
pole right close to them.
I don't know, we can come back to this if you want.
Thinking there was.
Up at the end, that's the hydrant.
Yes, just past the hydrant.
Yeah, there's a pole up there, but nothing,
Or their
but
parking
nothing
lot.
down because then it's in the center.
Right.
It's a pole,
Yeah.
it's in the center of the
Is
road.
right in
Road,
that
right.
Right,
I think there's like aren't there big concrete blocks?
there are.
And it might, I mean, of course, they're probably covered in stone now too, but it might be possible to attach the kind of pole to them in some way with a sign until we can put it in the ground in the spring. I mean, because this is the time when it matters.
Yeah.
So,
There are signs that say if it snows, you can't park there. or something.
Yeah, we might be able to do like a snow emergency. sign
No
or something.
emergency sign, cannot park there.
I don't know.
I would just say that there's no overnight parking between November 1st and April 1st.
Yeah,
Cause that covers our snow season.
sure, pretty much.
More park,
We
yeah.
hope.
Because like there's the no parking signs in Manchester have a date on them between certain, so they don't have to
Yeah.
keep changing them, right?
Sure.
They're just up and it says between these periods, you don't park here.
so is that what the board wants?
I think so, since the board that we acquire a few of those signs, or a couple of those signs.
Yes, I'm in favor of that.
Shouldn't be more than two, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, one on each side. You can put
Okay,
them on the
thank
wall.
you.
Okay,
And as far as I know, the guys are just cranking away at
They are.
at the snow.
yeah, this storm, they had huge amounts of signs, without even looking, I know they did, because I watch them every time they come by my place.
Well,
And they've been
Wisconsin.
by half a dozen times or more. So they're out there lots of hours. All right, fire department, any updates?
I don't have anything from Brian, and, I don't know if Jamie has anything. I do have something about the park, which I didn't even put on the agenda, but
Okay.
Jamie, do you have anything?
No, nothing right now. We are moving forward with our 100-year celebration this summer.
Cool.
So I touched base with Willie about the park, but there will be a parade this year, as well as the carnival and all that, the
Yeah.
fireworks.
Wow,
Like, so
nice.
And I did
Going
put,
so it's really, it's 100 years plus 5, because it hit right in COVID, in the middle of COVID.
1920 or something, 1921?
I the meeting, the protection meeting got bumped, so we didn't meet with them over just talking about,
Logistics.
logistics and their concerns and
Right.
stuff. So when they reschedule that, we'll get together with them and I'll get a document together for the board. I sent the revised, intermunicipal services contract for fire services to Sunderland.
Yep.
So Rick has that. They have a meeting tonight. So I met his requests and, it was easy. We added a ramp up period credit to bring them down to where they needed to be for this year. Which was still an increase over last year. And I added 2 clauses in there. One that for 2027, it would be the rate based upon the calculator. And then I also added a clause in there at their request for quarterly run reports.
I was gonna say.
But that's super easy. I'll talk to Mark about that and we'll set the RMS system up. It'll just automatically run them an email Sunderland, so we don't even have to think about it. They'll just automatically get them for their calls. So that'll be done. I have not heard anything from Sandgate. I'm assuming that you sent the contract to them?
I did, I'm gonna contact them and ask them if they got it and,
Okay.
if they have,
Perfect.
thoughts. I left the old amount in there, because I didn't wanna put the new amount in.
Right.
Well, if we haven't heard from them, then the new amount's the new amount, and that's what we bill them. Well, actually, if we don't hear from them, we'll send them a separate notice.
Mhm.
So,
But we should also consider if we can
What
get
is
them
Sunderland?
to engage
It's
the
not a
way we
period
have
today.
Sunderland.
I would be happy to meet in the middle on a
Yeah.
Wish I knew
two-year,
that we needed
a ramp up period and do a percentage, 50% this year and then meet at the 100% next year, because it's more than what we had. So,
It all depends on the composition of their board.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
I'll contact them.
and just a quick note on billing. I know that Eric put in, he had one call that, was on Kelly Stand Road.
The last call. that
The
we had.
last
Yeah.
call on Kelly Stand Road, Eric did put that in for billing and the Chubb, it was assigned to an adjuster at the Chubb. So, I didn't
See where
look
that
this
goes.
week to see where we were at with that. But, I don't know if I can get in there right now. But there was a billing that went in, so I was very encouraged
Started.
around that.
Got
Just
started,
follow it,
yeah.
see
Yep.
where it goes.
So this is one that you've never gotten before, is that correct?
So we
Years and
did
ago,
years
we-
ago, when we first put the ordinance in, we
Yeah,
had,
like
we got
7,000 a
some,
year or something.
yeah, we got 6,000 to 7,000 a year. Getting the information and getting it in timely
Right.
became the
That was the
issue.
problem.
And then,
Yeah.
because the insurance companies wanted to close it out in 15 to 30 days. And a lot of times, by the time everything got from
And how
over
did-
there to over
yeah.
here and then got sent in, we were beyond that
So
already.
how did Eric say it went? Well.
I don't know.
I need to
know
follow up with
he's-
him, but he put it in and they have a rating and I can't get in there right now for whatever reason.
It's like
They have a
$860
rating and
or
scoring
something.
system
I
as
remember
you
you saying.
enter it
Mhm.
to tell you what your probability is of getting payment as well. And so it looks like Eric made sure he checked all of the right boxes.
It
So
said it
I
was
would say
supposed to
that.
be like an $860 payout.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was 900 and change. And so the adjusted amount will be, I think it was like 761 or something after they keep their contingency. And the insurance company may adjust it a little bit too, and we'll figure that out. But it's
It's money we didn't have.
money we didn't have.
right.
So actually now I don't know why it's slow.
No, that's
Well,
okay. I was
the
just-
Wi-Fi keeps bumping off and on here. for some
Oh,
reason.
is that
Could
the
be
problem?
Wi-Fi.
No, I was just curious to see if it was,
Back in the
Easy.
day, Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong, but from memory, I think anything we got back in, we put in the truck sinking fund.
That's where it's supposed to go minus
Yes.
consumables.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we wanted to
760.
change that or not.
The net amount invoice, so the gross invoice was 975, the net amount is 760.50. it's been assigned to an adjuster at their insurance company.
Okay,
So, and they're following up on it like every 2 days.
yeah.
This company is following up on it, which we don't have time to do.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
For sure.
you know, it's worth the contingency for them to get us some money back.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And if we look at it, you know, I mean, when you look at the details, and Eric did a really good job because we had to make sure that there was no hazmat event. So there was a hazmat, assessment that was done, and there's a fee that's charged for that, assessed for that, plus our base rate of $650. And the additional, I think there was an additional truck that went to that, so that also got billed additionally. So,
The only other thing, fire department wise, is, they did do a fundraiser, pork dinner, and had 35 people show up, because we have one of those nice snowy nights.
yeah,
Of course,
Kind of ruined the whole thing, so.
yeah.
it's unfortunate.
But. in any event,
Yeah. You'll have that.
Yeah, it was a bad night, and Josh asked if we should go, and I wasn't leaving the house.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out. I just-
Yeah,
It was very good pork, I will.
I'm sure it was excellent.
okay. The MERP project, we're going to table.
Could I just mention something
Yes.
about the park?
Sure. Go ahead.
So I was
I forgot to-
contacted by that, gentleman, Michael, about using the park again, Moscato, and, I did hear reports, I don't remember if it was from Willie or who it was from, that when he used the fields this year, he again did change things and move things. But he is already asking me to grant a permit, and, I haven't even answered him because I wanted to await, board guidance, and we can defer this until I have a chance to consult with Willie, but I would like board guidance.
I would say that we defer it, and
I would consult with Willie and see what he thinks
What's
as
he
far
use
as
the
the
field
field
for?
usage. I mean,
Softball?
Yeah.
softball and
Little League.
baseball, Little League, yeah.
It's not terribly urgent.
No.
No,
If it's urgent enough, we should move
We
forward.
should definitely, yeah.
I mean, I know he does a lot of work down there on the fields too, and
Yeah.
it does
Well,
support multiple kids here in town, but
sure.
it is a pain if,
But I mean,
Jamie's gotta go down there to make it.
Jamie just,
We also just paid
we just
X
spent
amount
a
of
lot
dollars
of
to
money.
regulate the
Yeah.
softball field.
To
So
get
we
them right
cannot
back where
move
they belong.
anything on the softball field. I
Correct.
can't remember which.
That
field
is
we used.
set.
If they need to have a closer pitcher's mound, they just bring a rubber mat there and throw the ball from there.
Right.
Yep.
So it's just,
I mean, but I don't know how to control this guy. I mean, because he just does what he wants. I mean, he's perfectly capable of ruining what we just paid thousands of dollars to fix.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Well, it should be stipulated
Well,
if we
that's-
do
that's
grant
just
him
that.
the permission.
Right.
I'm happy to write a contract.
Yeah, write something that you
I
touch
think we should-
anything and you
I
pay
still
for it.
think we should make him put down a deposit, but we tried that and everybody got all upset. All the
Yeah.
parents got all upset. I think the parents should just not have their kids play with this guy, so. Anyway, okay, so we'll defer
For-profit
that.
organization should pay a deposit, in my opinion.
it is a for-profit organization, it's not.
It
a-
is.
It
It's
is?
not
It is.
It's not a nonprofit.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's different.
I will, I can write a contract for that.
And Jamie, it was the softball field that you had fixed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
And
what
there will
does,
be some additional work happening in the spring that he wasn't able to finish, but there is no extra charge on that stuff.
but what does Michael use? Which one does Michael?
He's used both.
He's used both.
Will you send me
I-
all the information and I'll write a contract?
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah, just
Keep
send
going.
the draft.
I love the fact that the
I'll
kids are down
send
there
the
using the
draft.
fields, I
Oh,
just
yeah.
I don't wanna see it moved, especially after the money.
But it shouldn't cost us thousands of dollars to fix the
I
fence.
think
Right.
the softball field should be used for softball only. It is not a baseball field.
Right.
There is no baseball on the softball field.
And that really eliminates the question of moving the bases, because it's because of the regular baseball, that's why he's moving the bases and the pitcher's mound.
Yep. Because he moved them from 60 feet to 90 feet.
Okay.
And- Yeah,
Okay.
so
All right, okay, so I'll move forward with that. Okay, so that's all about
So that's
that.
the part.
Okay. The warning It's next item on the agenda and everybody should have a copy of this.
So you do have a copy. Karen did make some suggestions, which I thought were good. They were totally cosmetic, so they don't change the amounts or anything of what you have. The warning is linked to the budget. We don't have to finalize the budget today, but we have to finalize the warning. And in order to finalize the warning with all the proposed capital reserve fund allocations, we need to understand the budget. I continue to feel that the budget increase is gonna be about 3 cents. And I think we're trying to incorporate the 100,000 for the sidewalk and the 50,000 for the fire department expenses and still do almost all of the CRF that we did before, because it's close to what it was before. It's only down by 10,000, because we reduced the fire, but then we increased some of the highway. And I just think we need to back off on that somewhat. I could see a budget increase of like 60 or 70,000. That would probably be 2 cents on the dollar. Given that we know the sidewalk increase will go away, I think we could live with lower sinking fund allocations this year and then ramp it up again this year. So if we decide to make any changes, I can make changes on this draft and we can, you guys can sign it. But if you don't want to make changes, we can sign, the one that you have, which represents the decisions that were made on the 21st. So starting at the, where it says, probably says Articles 8 through 16.
Yep.
Those are the capital reserve funds. Those are what we said last Wednesday.
Are those reduced?
Those involve, you can see the fire department is reduced to 85.
I'm not necessarily in favor of reducing our contribution to our capital reserve funds from the fact that, year over year, if we're trying to play catch up next year, there'll be some other reason that we can't catch up to where we need to be. And we're already behind the 8 ball on a lot of these,
Especially the fire truck.
especially the fire department. And that's why I'm not in favor of reducing the contribution to the reserve fund for the fire department, because year over year, the cost of a truck is going to go up. It's probably
That's
15.
beyond inflation.
It is, and it's probably a good rule of thumb is that you're looking at a 15% increase year over year. And so, we're still gonna be behind, but I hate to be even further behind to save a penny.
Yeah.
But aren't we also?
So that
saying
was the only one that we had talked about reducing at all was.
And
15
even if we were
that
to,
15,000
let's
on that
say
one.
hypothetically, even if our next fire truck, we were going to lease it, we could use the CRF as a cap cost reduction on the lease to make the then monthly pay or, annual
Yearly.
payment
Lower.
much more palatable. And you're still, even if you use the CRF as a cap cost reduction in your lease, and we buy a new fire truck, we're still going to want to be contributing to a CRF for the next truck as a cap cost reduction on a lease.
Absolutely.
So I'm just worried that cutting that to save a penny is gonna put us further behind in a really bad spot. And then you're gonna be asking for 4 pennies.
Right. Yeah, I concur that I don't, when it comes to internal capital reserves, cutting them, I understand it's a set one-off, but I'd rather ask them for an additional cent
Yes,
than to reduce them on the promise that it,
because inflation and, next year there's going to be another budget
There'll be
crunch
something
and
else.
will be something else. And then we're gonna say, oh, we can't put extra in the fire department budget in the CRF for the fire department. And therefore, we're still behind, and then we didn't catch up. And then by year 3, everyone has forgotten about it, except for the fact that we don't have enough money in there to do what we need to do.
I think everything else is okay, but that one that we reduced, I think we should bring that up to at least 100 where it was.
Okay, so
The only other discussion we had on this was we didn't have our finals from the end of the year. So some of the lines that we were touching in the budget that if there was money that could go back into the CRF, we could have cut some of the budget lines more, but we don't have our end of the year totals yet.
Yes,
Right,
So-
so I think we keep the CRF
Um,
where it was
at 100.
at 100. And then
If
if we
get
can
those
make some
numbers.
other adjustments there, that's awesome, because we don't have to finalize the budget tonight, but we
Yeah.
need to do the warning, which is the CRFs.
Yes,
So I believe that we need
This
to
one.
maintain that where it was.
that's where I've
I
been.
don't think these are the.
We did
we would always-
We negotiated here the other night and that
No,
was
this is
the
the
only
one.
one.
We were
Okay,
kind of
that's
all
fine,
in the
that's fine.
same consensus.
Okay,
I'll
guys.
make a motion.
Wait. I need to go through and make sure I have the right number.
Let's
So in
do that.
Article 8, it's 60,000 for the truck. Article 8 at the bottom of the first page.
Mhm.
Article 9, 15,000 for the equipment.
Mine says
15.
Yours says 30.
Okay.
Can we go through what
Where
your
are you,
budget
Dan?
is here?
I'm on the warning, the bottom says.
Okay, so the
30.
warning, maybe the
I
warning.
don't
and the
have
budget
any
are not,
numbers in
I'm filling them in as she says them.
Right, I don't have any
Oh my
numbers in that.
Okay, so I'm going to the budget from what we did last,
So let's.
25.
That's what I thought we were going to.
So, yeah, Article 8 was 60 last year.
Okay, what I have in the budget from Wednesday is 50 for Article 8. Do you want it 50 or 60?
60.
60.
60. Okay, and then Article 9 is the backhoe. I have 15,
That's what I got.
Yeah.
okay? And then the resurfacing, that's the,
Yes. Resurfacing Article 10.
wait a minute, resurfacing is 50, that's 50.
10 is sidewalk maintenance equipment.
Yeah.
See, I had that as the.
That was
resurfacing.
6,000.
Okay, you're in last year, you're in last year's warning.
He is or I am?
He is, there's
Okay.
nothing
Jamie
for the
is.
sidewalk.
Okay.
Should we look at the budget that you just sent us?
I am looking at the budget.
Okay.
And the budget has 60,000 for the truck,
Right.
15,000 for the equipment. 50,000 for resurfacing, that's
Yeah.
the special highway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that
15
includes, the resurfacing includes Mark's plan for
Paving,
doing a half
right.
mile a year.
Right.
Okay.
And then 15 for bridges and culverts. And then, it was 85 for the fire truck, you want it to be 100,000?
100,000.
Okay. And then we still had 2,000 for the town-owned buildings and 1,500 for the town computers.
Yep.
We actually didn't discuss those extensively last time, but they were in there.
Pennies.
They're small enough, I
Fractions
think
of.
we
Yeah, yeah, no, they're
negligible.
not gonna.
We could have
they're
the
not
streets,
gonna-
right?
Okay, so I'm gonna, adjust the, so it's
On the latest one.
60, 15, 50, 15, and then 100. I'm gonna adjust that and print out a new copy for everybody, okay? So that we can, look at it.
Question on Article 15, I know we discussed it, but I don't remember the outcome of the discussion on the fireworks.
What it is the select board is putting this on the ballot for
Gotcha.
people to approve,
Okay.
and it says, shall the town vote by ballot? So that is not a CRF allocation,
Right.
but it's
I got it.
not an allocation to the social service agency. So I'm trying to separate them the
It's
way,
still an internal.
that's right,
Right, but people have to
But they're
vote on it
voting.
separately.
Yeah.
right,
Gotcha.
right.
Okay.
I'd vote on that before I voted.
Okay, hang
I
on
hear
just a second. We'll get a clean copy.
you. Okay. Gather up the old ones and give us the new ones.
Papers here.
Yes, yeah.
Did you see this? I need to spend a little bit more
Well, I
time
don't
here.
Of course, I'm done.
You have to log in on your desktop and then
Yeah.
you can get these insights.
Yeah.
This will get you,
Uh,
this is using
Yeah.
AI
Thank you.
powered
Can I make a
insights. It's
suggestion?
hard to get on the mobile,
I'm sure.
Josh
but you can
did a
get it
really
in
nice
here,
job
so it's insights
putting
right here.
forward
Gotcha.
And this uses AI
Accomplishments.
to
I think
read
it's a
the
lot
reports
easier
and
to put in
everything and give you like a little
bullets.
executive
Saying,
summary.
look
I
at this,
find this
this,
is interesting.
If you do it in a paragraph, it gets lost.
Okay.
Same thing, town administrator. Bullets.
Do you
Bullets.
want to take a stab at?
No,
Okay.
I'm not a writer. That's what I'm doing in bullet.
Yeah,
I can edit.
I totally
I
agree.
can edit.
Between you and I, we could probably take a stab at it because I'm
Just a draft so we can.
I'm a
edit the
bullet,
next
I'm a
meeting.
bullet point person and not
Well, here's the
a
point.
friendly.
Again, I think it gets lost when it's in a paragraph.
It
format.
does.
And we need to put in all of the things that
So-
are accomplished.
I need to get into the
No.
mindset. It's an executive summary.
Yeah.
What are you handing a C-level person that they want to read? They won't read paragraphs.
Right. But does Nick have some information? I don't know if Cynthia has been in touch with Nick about what's
Let's
going on.
put all of the, all
No,
of
but
the
just to get
old
the-
ones right there.
Yeah, I don't know, but yes,
There is an old saying that the,
thank you.
attention span of your,
Oh, no.
is directly proportional to the, how much pain in their butt sitting there. So that's-
So Dan, you have, the version that we would sign, but I would ask everybody to look through it. I do want to note that there's an increase in the Martha Canfield allocation that they petitioned. So this is an increase in the budget, and I took GNAT out because they're in the budget now.
They're in the budget.
And I have contacted them about doing a contract, but we haven't done that yet.
Okay. All right, so 60 on the, trucks, town trucks. 15 on the backhoe excavator loader. 50 on the capital reserve for resurfacing. 15 for the town bridges and culverts. 100,000 for the fire trucks, 2,000 for the capital reserve for town-owned buildings, and 15,000 for the,
1,500.
yeah, 1,500 for the purchase and maintenance of town computers. But those funds, I believe those two funds are in pretty good shape. So that's what was a minimum.
Yes.
amount.
Agreed.
Okay, I think we're good as far as the order goes. No typos or misspellings that anybody's caught?
I'm not aware, most of this is from last year's warning, which of course was,
We scrutinize
was
that.
scrutinized. And if there is
Agree.
a typo, and it's just a typo, I will fix it and use the same signature page. So,
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
but I will have, Robin. go over it.
Incidental typos, we don't have to read.
Shouldn't Article 7 say that we're electing town officers by ballot?
Yeah, I think that, Karen caught that. I think I should put something in right before it saying, starting here, everything is on the next day. It kind of says it above and.
I thought you had that.
I did, but it isn't in this version. I've got so many different versions of going on. Don't write on this one.
Right there.
Well, shouldn't the one,
Well, Article 6 says it, that it's in recess until Tuesday for
I'm sorry,
everything
I'm
else.
looking at it.
No.
But it-
right,
it
so
doesn't-
then where it's in bold down below, it says Articles 8 through 16. That should be, say, Articles 7 through 16 and should be inserted above Article 7.
No.
Well, no, because
Article
it says
7
capital
is
reserve
election.
fund, so
Yeah, but I
But-
think that it should say what.
all you
Karen
have
has-
to add is Article
You have
7
it.
to elect the following town officers
I have
by
it.
ballot.
I
By
have it.
ballot on,
This is what Karen and I were saying. Article 7 and all other succeeding articles will be voted on at the polls Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. And that's in bold right above Article 7. How about that?
Okay.
that sounds good.
Do you just use one version and then use version control in Word, or do you have like multiple copies? I'm just curious,
I
because I
have.
think that's how it gets confusing, is if you have a whole bunch of copies, you should really use version control in Word.
I guess that it's easier for me to have multiple versions so that I can track what's going on because I'm not good at using those kinds of things.
Okay,
But I'm also not good at doing it this way either, so there you go.
And I've used Word a lot and I've never even heard of it.
Neither have I.
So, the version control.
oh God, I live
I'm
by it.
sure Never heard of it.
I can see like everybody that changed the
Oh, I hate-
document and
that's
where
like
you
Google
made the
Docs.
changes
That's like Google
and
Docs.
everything, yeah.
No, I'm aware of that. I mean, Nick has some things like that, but it's easier for me to go by date, and I label it, CMB version or whatever, it's like, okay, so it's saving this version. Shall I give you a new first page that incorporates this change? Would that be good?
You give us the last page.
Yes, well, at least the one we need to sign
It's
needs
just the
to
last
be.
It's just the
correct.
last page, but you guys should see how I put in this
Yeah,
change.
put that change in, give us a new front page. And, I will just pass this one around to sign.
Perfect.
Yes, yes, Glenn, year 2002 AD. Let's see, Roman Emperor, who was that Hadrian? I don't know who that was then. No, it must have been later than Hadrian.
Wasn't picking on you.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was-
They're 202.
Uh-oh.
DC.
Oh, yeah, you found that March 2002 or two?
No, 18.
Is that what you found in
18.
there, Glenn?
Yeah, that's what I was picking on her about.
Yeah,
What'd you find?
no, that was the one.
The
I
same
found.
one Glenn pointed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
So now it says Article 7 and all succeeding articles will be voted on the polls Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back in time.
So,
I am not share.
okay. So I will entertain a motion to approve the warning as corrected.
So moved.
Yeah, second.
Motion made by Matt and seconded by Glenn to approve the warning as corrected. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I will pass it around for signatures.
And you put the new first page on that?
I did. It's not stapled. so-
No, it can't be stable because I have to scan it in and everything, so.
Okay,
When you send that to me, did you have to send it to me for the report?
Yep,
Thank you. Write down, and so the PDF, is all have to submit that.
is there any town administrator report of the?
I can't. Never mind.
I just
send me the
learned
PDF.
that the other day.
No, I can't.
Find the eighth line on that one.
No, never mind, just send me the PDF.
Something new.
I can-
Okay.
I gotta buy myself. a
You
new
don't have any other town?
Okay,
administrator
Get a
report?
MacBook.
I think that the version of the budget summary that I put on the table is the latest version.
Okay,
And as I said in what I sent you, I used last year's town meeting, the budget summary as a template.
Yep.
So that I got it, I tried to do it in a comparable way, so that we could compare where we are. I'm gonna have, Christian and Robin look over the budget and look over some budget summary, because I think by next week we have to finalize the budget.
yes. Yep.
So guys,
Sorry, sorry.
so I'm continuing to improve the budget and refine it. Karen found an omission. The version that I sent to you is,
That's the summary page you're talking about?
no, I'm talking about the actual budget. I
Okay.
sent you the actual budget.
Yeah.
Later in the week, I can print out the latest version of the budget. But if you feel so inclined, and if you want to look at it on the computer, or if you want to come in and get a paper copy, it just would be good to have many eyes on it. But I think Robin and Janet, I'm gonna have Janet go through it line by line, because there are some inconsistencies, but I think I have most of the things in there. So other than that, I will keep going with that. I will try to pick up some of the other work. And I don't know, exactly when we have to approve the budget. Let me see what Robin says. We have Robin's instruction,
I did find a weird thing.
okay?
I didn't print out the number of the call out number on the side, but it's number, 13,730,622 electricity, 18,000 dollars.
That's the firehouse,
Firehouse.
because we are now gonna be paying their
Yes.
utility
So
bill.
that is correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It just jumped, so
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like, next week, looks like the budget has to be finalized by the sixth. I don't believe we have another meeting. I don't know when our other meeting is, so I don't know how we're gonna work that.
Can I
That'd be
just
done by email?
FYI, I have to get the annual report printing and in town hall by the 20th of February.
2/21, Saturday, that's a Saturday,
Our
so it's
next-
Friday
so
the
that-
20th.
That has to be by the printer by
So,
like,
so I
in
have to
2
give the
weeks.
printer some time. So,
Yeah.
so I have to have all my information.
Our next scheduled board meeting is the 9th.
Okay.
Do we want to move it to the 2nd?
no,
Because the 6th is your deadline.
I won't even be landed by 7 PM on the second.
Okay. Or the 3rd, or the 4th, or the 5th.
You could do it the fifth,
If this is a Thursday.
Thursday. You can't.
I can't do Thursday.
I'm out of pocket the second, third, and fourth, and I've got a morning flight home on the fifth.
Would,
I could
would,
do earlier. I could do 6 o'clock, but I need to leave by,
If that's our only point of
That's
business,
our
it
only
should
point.
take
We
like
should only
30
be there
minutes.
20 minutes or so.
We, could we do,
because I have
can
a
you do
course in
6?
Bennington.
I
that I
can.
need to be at
Let's do 6 o'clock on Thursday, if everybody's agreeable to that.
February.
Yeah.
okay, that is February what?
That-
Okay, would you guys like me to print paper copies of the budget as it stands, or when I get a little bit further where I think I'm really done? Because I know it's hard to look at this stuff on the computer or print 17 pages.
Why don't you wait until we have final numbers from the
Christian,
president? you know?
okay.
For me, it's
Is
easier
that-
to read it in a spreadsheet than it is on a sheet. of
I
paper.
know, but people are different, you know, so,
So February 5th is what?
Thursday,
Thursday,
February 5th,
February
6
5th.
PM.
okay. Okay. That's
So
good,
that will be solely for doing that
the budget,
budget.
and then we'll have our
Our regular
regular
meeting,
meeting.
we'll
Yep.
do all our orders.
Yep,
Because that's all I have to do is just put in the budget and I'm just. See, I also have to give time for everybody to review.
Yeah, yeah. Does all of the people that contribute to the town report, all the other organizations, do they have a deadline to submit by?
They had it last week, but they're not all submitted. I just sent them a new.
Okay.
I just gave a copy to people contacts to Robin and Susan, and Janet to
Gotcha.
go after these, like the town select board chair.
okay, so, I guess you could go to warrants. Matt, did you say we need an executive session?
I do have something really quick. It'll be super fast. We can put this on, just take a note, Cynthia, for future, since we're moving on to warrants, and something that just popped into my head. Can we review in a future meeting this solar electricity invoice and whether this
Yes.
actually saves us any
Yes,
money?
I do have a report on that. I did, discuss that with Nick. He said that, we do save a certain amount of money. I don't immediately have it in my head. It's not a huge amount, but we do save something. And if we terminate this contract, the amount that we're paying them is basically gonna switch into paying GMP.
I understand that. I
But-
want to know how much we're saving,
let
because it's a
me-
lot of,
Please let me finish. He said that we're gonna be saving less in the future because the credits for solar are diminishing.
Mhm.
So he feels that it probably is not worth doing. And that going ahead and terminating this arrangement makes sense. The only thing is we're kind of partly into the year, so we would need to tell them, you know,
what's the contract? You have to give them 60 days notice?
yeah. I mean, if that's what the board wants to do, I just think we can't.
We should address that at the next meeting and
Okay.
understand exactly what we save and a copy of what our contract is and what the termination clause is in it.
Okay.
It seems like it's a lot of accounting
I
work
think
for
I
a
agree.
little.
Nothing.
I
For
absolutely
nothing.
agree. I absolutely agree.
Diminishing return.
I totally agree, and Nick felt that that was legitimate. I think that this goes back to a time when everybody was like, oh, we have to encourage solar, you know, and solar is fine, solar is doing
Like heat
fine.
pumps and everything, all the rebates are good.
Can we go back to the annual report one more?
Yeah.
We were gonna have, Bob Perry, the animal control person, Julie.
Yes, Mr. Perry, I've been in touch with him. He did call and he got the letter and he understood the concerns. And he's been making efforts. He's gonna pick up on the licenses and he's been making efforts to be more responsive. And I know this because I've been in touch with him myself. However, first he had the flu really badly and now, he's had a family tragedy. So he's actually in Utah. But he did refer a situation to the Vermont State Police. So he wants to come in and meet with us and we should meet with him, but we'll have to wait until he resolves that situation. But
Okay.
as I say, he was,
At least he was responsive.
he became aware of a situation that rose to abuse and he referred it to the state police and they dealt with the situation and took the animal, so.
Okay.
But there's issues there.
Okay, I didn't know if he was still interested in keeping the job. or-
So. at
Well,
this
I think
point-
we need to have him in, because I think when he's doing things, he does a great job, but I think he may be stretched too thin. But finding a replacement will not be easy, but this is for a future discussion.
Okay.
So the budget summary, we don't even need to discuss because it's gonna change slightly
Right,
anyway.
right.
All right. And, let's do the warrants before we go into
Yes.
executive session.
Yeah, there won't be any
What is the-
decision,
What is the reason for the executive session?
personnel.
Okay. Somebody want to make a motion to establish the reason?
Well, let's do the
Warrants.
warrants first.
Oh, okay, let's do the warrants. All right.
All right, so we are on to warrants and we are going to do check warrant report number WD2 for the Arlington Water Department. Check warrant WD number 2 in the amount of $29,235.86. Most notably out of that is our Otter Creek wastewater engineering study bill, which came to $24,808.
Which
That's
we
the bulk of
should,
it.
we should be, that's one of the ones I'm gonna be asking for
Yes,
disbursement on. So we should get
Yes.
that back.
reimbursement.
Okay. So we should get that back.
We should get that back, yeah.
We got a
Just
front.
not right away, but we will get that back, yeah.
All right. So Matt made a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Glenn to approve check warrant report W2 in a total amount of $29,235.86. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
What am I missing right here? Glenn, did you sign it?
Karen said it.
Oh, there you go. That's the one. Oh,
All right, and so that brings us to the town of Arlington accounts payable check warrant report number 2 in the total amount of $62,036.78. We got 10K in salt, 8K in healthcare benefits. Those are the 2 largest numbers on there.
is there a second?
Second.
Motion made by Matt and second by Glenn to approve check warrant report number 2. Total amount of $62,036.78. All those in favor, say
Aye.
okay, now
All right.
we'll establish the reason.
Yep.
for the-
I'll make a motion that a premature discussion of a personnel issue would cause the municipality to suffer a substantial disadvantage.
Second.
Motion made by Matt and seconded by Glenn to establish the reason for the executive session as a personnel matter. All those in favor signify by saying
Aye. And I'll make a motion to enter into executive session for discussion of a personnel issue and to allow Town Administrator Browning to remain in the room.
aye. Motion made by Matt and seconded by Glenn to enter into said executive session for personnel matter and allow Town Administrator Browning to remain in the room. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Janet, I will do the last bits of the minutes. I don't think there'll be any particular action to record, but I'll record it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't believe there will be either. So Thank you, Jen.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Janet.
Jeanette. for your
Thank
comments.
you.
Recording stopped.